was I could say literally on fire.
No.
Dude, look at the
Damn.
damage they did. Flipping 141 kills.
Well, you can't go wrong with that.
That was a bit of a burning sensation.
Oh Lord, I
You
apologize.
could say that they were boiling alive.
I apologize for the bad puns, folks.
Hello, welcome internet. I'm Gladiator. I'm joined here with Black Templar, and we
Yo.
are playing some more Total War Warhammer 2, waiting for the third game of the series. And
Yep.
we got the person that does all the loring up in here,
Yep.
and I have a great question for him and a little bit of a lore explanation because we got into a bit of a conversation before this, and he was talking about like my Skaven voice sounds very deeper, and and he's saying that it was a black Skaven or
Yes.
something like that. So I want you to explain that to me and what you're talking about.
Okay. Those who are aware of the Skaven race, there is a bit of a Skaven hierarchy. You have the Lonely Gutter Runner, basically, or Night Runner, depending on your definition of which clan you are. They're the lowest of the low, pretty much bottom of the barrel kind of group. Pretty much the people to get kicked by the people of the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep in mind, Skaven hierarchy is very treacherous at the best of times, and when someone gets too good for what they're supposed to do, let's just say a accident could happen, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Now, a black Skaven, however, is a bit of a unique breed. You see, black Skaven are a sort of a mutation in the Skaven gene pool, same as the albino Skaven. Now, I'll cover the albinos in a minute, but black Skaven are a little bit bigger, stronger, a little more tougher. In fact, many of the storm vermin are actually black Skaven. Now, black Skaven you would normally see in Mordheim game, which if anyone's watched my Mordheim series, you've seen one or two black Skaven running around giving me a good freaking headache. Black Skaven are like the next level for storm vermin. They're a bit tougher, a bit more hardier and stout, but like all Skaven, they're cowards.
Just
Technically
much
true.
more
Skaven
strong.
are a bit stronger. Now,
Unless you're like Queek Head Taker that loves to try to take heads.
yeah, unless you're Queek. Now, there's another Skaven I did touch on that, is the albino Skaven. Now, who are the albinos?
White.
Oh, hello.
Albino Skaven are white.
Yep, they're albino, but they're pure white. But but here's the thing about the albino Skaven. The albino Skaven are rare,
Yeah, I bet they are.
and well, here's the thing about them. Albino Skaven, right? Do not, I repeat, do not mingle with most Skaven. You see, when an albino Skaven is born, they will end up in one or two roles in Skaven society.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one role is that they will end up being part of the council's elite guard.
Oh,
Now,
interesting.
can't attack yet. I have to wait a little longer, which sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
That can't be helped. I am trying to topple a tyrant in the way of a dwarf, which we'll get to that. We'll get to them a little later, but first order of business. Yep, that's all I can do. I'm pretty much buggered. So back to the albinos. You see, when an albino Skaven is born, it will either go to the albino guard. These are the elite of the elite Skaven that protect the Council of 13. They're the ones who make sure the Council of 13 does not get attacked by outside interference or by other Skaven parties who might want to, shall we say, usurp certain members of the Council. Now, the other albinos, if they have an inkling of magical talent, they will end up with the Grey Seers, who are, in essence, wizards.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Greybeards in Skyrim?
No.
You know the guys who teach you how the shouts in Skyrim, the dragon thing?
I only play like a couple hours of Skyrim.
Oh, right. Well, for those who are aware of Skyrim, that's what they are. They're practically like the Greybeard. They'll take them in and train them to be magicians. And believe it or not, we do have a actual albino currently in this game called Icky Claw.
Oh yeah, I guess he is, isn't he?
Yes, however, there's a bit of a confusion about Icky. You see, Icky is a bit of an unusual conundrum because, see, if it is true he is albino, then no one knows how the Grey Seers did not notice his magical and scientific prowess. You see, the Grey Seers are one of the neutral factions. They will not side with anyone, but they will lend their services for a price. Give it due. And they will also take any albinos they find who've got magic and take them to train them.
I'm gonna raise this thing to the ground.
Okay.
So then you can take it over once I get to destroying it.
Oh, don't roast my Skaven. Don't roast the Skaven.
I mean, I'm not going to try.
The only thing I gotta worry about is those freaking koalas. They're gonna be the pain in our asses.
Oh, that's why we're gonna move up and we're gonna do some damage to them. I'm gonna flame them up. They will get murdified.
Where are they going?
They're running! Those cowards!
I expect this kind of behavior from
Skaven.
Chaos Dwarfs.
I expect it from the Skaven. They run all the time.
Funny thing is, I mean, when it comes to tunnel warfare, there's no one better than the only two good tunnel warfare fighters are the goblins and the Skaven.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dwarves, but
surprisingly enough, dwarves are not very good tunnel fighters.
what?
I mean, they're decent, they're great defenders, but when it comes to actually going out to throw a punch, yeah, they tend to get outnumbered by the two factions I just mentioned.
Interesting. Okay.
Charge!
Quick! Quick!
Oh, here comes the Now, if you get a warfire around the side and do a mass barbecue, I think we're going to see a lot of dead dwarfs.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you really need to get Gatling for this team because Gatlings will really give them a bad day.
Only got one place that can get Gatling guns, and
you know you can.
I have to go
call
to
them
them.
from like.
I know I can get global, but that's more expensive and takes more time.
Fair enough. Oh great, the Lord's now mixed into this fight.
I don't mind him so much.
Okay, that mine group is now panicking. Yep, they've panicked.
Oh, stop running! Attack them.
Because they're chasing you, the koalas. Which I can't get a hold of them at the moment because I'm stuck in a brawl. Get back here, you filthy crawlers. Come back here, I'm not finishing shaving your beards. Oh, nice. Oh, that was... Yeah, and look what's coming up behind them.
Yep. Die, die, die.
Oh yeah, I've got to talk about the weaponry system of the Skaven once we in this video, hopefully. But I got to talk about the Council of 13. How can one becomes one?
Ooh, this is gonna be juicy. Oh, oh.
Oh yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's the only safe one of 3 safe weapons you can use that could literally burn through dwarf armor.
Yeah.
Right, I'm chasing these crawlers off the field because need them off without too much bloody incident. Can you get these oath keepers?
I'm trying.
You're doing well. You're burning them.
All right. Burn. No. You want to try to flank me?
Yeah, those
you want to flank me? Oh, how about fire?
Yeah, that unit is now practically wiped.
Yep.
Okay, I've removed the quarrelers. They're gone.
Mighty warlord, maybe. There we go.
Yep, they're broken.
Yep, and this is the city, so we just end it.
Yep.
All right, that was I could say literally on fire. Dude, look at the damage they did, flipping 141 kills.
Well, you can't go wrong with that.
That was a bit of a burning sensation.
Oh Lord, I apologize.
You can say that they were boiling alive.
I apologize for the bad puns, folks. But anyhow, let us get back to the lore about how does one become a member of the Council of 13. Now, become a member of the Council of 13 is a bit of a rite of passage, but also a practical death sentence. Depending on your point of view.
There we go.
Now, what happens is, in the middle of Skaven Blight, there is a giant pillars of the 13. Basically, the worship of the Horned Rat. Now, when a Skaven touches the pillars, if he is not immediately fried out of his furry ass, this rat touches the pillar and survives, that means he is legitimately has the right to challenge for a seat at the Council of 13. Any one of his choosing. Nintendo will challenge the number 1 seat, which belongs to the Horn Rat. No one's stupid enough to challenge him. For obvious reasons. However, when a right of challenge, he can choose to challenge if he wants, but if he chooses not to, then he uses the right to challenge, but also it means he won't die right away. Now, when a challenge is made, it the rat in question has to challenge him at the same area at a certain time. And you might think that's easy, the rat will play honorably. Yeah, right. There will be some frequent accidents and some shady backroom dealings to try and avoid a potential fight. However, if the rat in question makes it to the fight relatively unscathed, and I emphasize on that word unscathed, and beats the rat to submission or death, depending on what happens, he will become a member of the Council 13 and the one who he took the seat from. Well, how can I put it? He's going to be enjoying his time 6 feet under or in a rat's belly. Take your pick.
Nom 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 nom.
Pretty much. That's why the Council 13 has changed multiple times over its history. Because of, well, challenges and deaths, and sometimes a little bit of accidental deaths, shall we say. But that is neither here or there. But that's the basic hierarchy of the okay, get that. Wait. Okay, this is one-way traffic I think I've ever seen. Yep. So while we're talking about scathing and accidental, let's talk about scathing weaponry, such as the weapons of the rattling gun, the warfire thrower, and the Jeziles. Now, you will see a common theme with the weapons. You see, most of the weapons are being made and created by Clan Scaraya. Who, if you remember from a previous video, when I said that they nearly blew the entire Skaven race off the face of the planet due to their insane experiments. How does one experiment a weapon, you may ask? Well, 2 ways. One way is by the engineer's own hands. Now, this is usually the more common and more revered practice of the Skaven clans. However, a Skaven engineer might think, I'm not 100% sure this might be good for my health. I'll get a slave to do it, which is kind of frowned upon, because they believe the slaves are used as target practice and crash test dummies. Give it a take.
Yeah. They're not very kind to their slaves.
Oh yeah. However, the one thing about Skaven weaponry is they all share one major factor. That they use warp stone bullets and warp stone fire. Now, you might think, hey, hang on, warpstone, isn't that mutacious? It is. But to the Skaven, it's nothing. You see, Skaven over the centuries have built quite a resistance to warpstone. Obviously. I mean, they use it for everything when it comes to magic, changing of, like, currency, eating it. Yes, I'm not kidding, they do. They eat it.
Yes, they do.
Due to some unique results, shall we say, and we'll leave it at that. Now, you might think a warpstone chunk in a bullet or flamethrower is not that potent. On the contrary, it is. You see, a warpstone bullet, even if it doesn't kill the target, let's just say it gives off some unique and violent results. Take, for example, you take a warfire thrower and you roast a Imperial Knight. Let's say the Knight somehow survived the encounter. Well, he might have survived getting killed from burning, but he might not have survived the other way of getting out of dodge. You see, Warstone is incredibly mutacious, and it could cause quite the stir if it on your body if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Usually, after, like I said, if you get burnt and you
Excuse me.
survive, you could end up with a, shall we say, a huge arm blasting out of your chest,
Mm-hmm.
or you may have a third asshole.
I thought you only
Or
had
better
one
yet,
anyways.
or you might have 3 penises.
I mean,
Now,
to some, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
well, depending on the
Location of it, I guess.
yes,
Oh man.
which we could leave it at that, and I'll leave that to your imagination. But if the target, you might think, well, he could survive that. Not really. When their body is finally being mutated like that, let's just say they don't last long,
Yeah.
to say the least. That's all I can do again.
Yeah, I can't do much myself. I'm trying to
Yeah,
I'm trying to
because
fix my food situation.
I mean, in my case, it's just that, well, I've just had a war with the dwarves in the lowlands, so
That'll help it out a little bit. And I can't really get anything over there. I
now
guess.
you will also be wondering why I'm saying that Skaven weaponry is unstable. Let me put it in simple terms. Skaven weaponry is so unstable that would make nitroglycerine have a really erectile problem, to say the least. As you see, Skaven weaponry is very unstable and very bad at the best of times. I mean, it is more stable than some weapons, but it has a nasty habit of going boom when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Skaven magic. Now, Skaven magic is more stable than Orc magic, because Orc magic is practically so unstable that you would want to put the shaman somewhere far, far away from your main army so he doesn't end up blasting your own army by accident.
Dead things sunk in sand.
But that's usually the case with Skaven weaponry. And if you think the weaponry is bad and mutations and horrible, wait till you hear about the monsters at Hell's Pit. Oof.
No, they got
And
the
they
building
took that back again.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
got rid of my army over there. So.
yeah, no problem. I'm heading back there anyway, because now that I've wiped the floor on the other side, and they can't come back to it,
Yep.
now I'm going to make my way back all the way over there.
Listen, you
Oh, sure. You're not in war with anyone I care about. Alright, Assassin's back.
Now, continue our Skaven lore. I did promise dwarves, but I think we need to continue with the Skaven, because since I'm on a roll. Let's talk about the monsters of Hell Pit. Now, who are the monsters of Hell Pit? You see, the Hell Pit area belongs to Clan Molder, who are breeders and masters mutators when it comes to making monsters. You see, they are the ones who made the famous Hell Pit abomination, made the Rat Ogres. But how does these guys manage to control these brutes? Is it by some mystic mumbo jumbo? Is it by being kind to their pets? Or is it because they have an understanding with them of higher intelligence? If you said any of them, none of the above.
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna be.
They do it old-fashioned child cruelty. No, I'm not kidding. You see, when a rat ogre is born, what they do is they take the baby away because they don't want the rat ogre's mummy to eat the baby or eat daddy. Yes, believe it or not, rat ogres, male and female, will fight, do the dirty, and try and kill each other in the process. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird symbiosis, but good with it what you can, you know what I mean?
You know, I thought rat ogres were just mutations from Clan Molder.
They are.
So there shouldn't
That's
be
where
a
they're
mommy
bred.
or daddy then.
Well, there is, because they've got to have a male and female to breed to make more of them.
Like, again, I thought it's just a rat. It's just a regular rat that's been mutated.
Well, it is technically true that it is from a normal rat when it first started, but as time progressed, well, they became a sort of subspecies. It's weird rat physiology and warpstone shenanigans, so they'll have to work with it. Now, unfortunately for these rat ogre babies, when they're taken away from mummy and daddy because they'll try and kill them, they will make sure that the little babies will learn to listen to their masters. You see, during the early years of their production, the rat ogres were not the most cooperative bunch of Skaven, to say the least, for obvious reasons. Now, during their process, there has been some, shall we say, trainer accidents. They tried to train them.
Trainer accidents.
Mildly?
You mean someone dying?
Keep moving.
Yes, but we have to call it accidents because Clan Mulder does not like the word. Don't like the words, killed. They prefer it as a occupational hazard.
I don't think they care if the word's kill or not, because the rats, they don't have no moral code. What are you talking about?
Well, they don't have a moral code, but if they want to sell their products, they got to say, "Oh, we had an accident with the handler. He got a bit stupid, and the rat ogre accidentally clawed his head off." And no, nom nom. But that's besides the point. You see, they found out that the best way to get a rat ogre to behave is by psychologically torturing their young with whips. You see, when a rat ogre is born, they will whip the rat ogre to a point where he is so terrified of the whip that he will not disobey his masters. Yeah, old-fashioned child cruelty tends to be the way to keep them in line.
Nice.
Now, as for hell pit abominations, however, they're a different case entirely. Hell pit abominations are amalgamations of different rats, mutations, and other delightful creatures to form that monstrosity. Unfortunately for the Hell Pit abominations, they can't be controlled. Even the whip they don't fear because, well, they're bigger, stronger, and the fact that they could literally tear a gigantic hole in your ass without even flicking a pinky is kind of a worrying thing.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, for some odd reason, Warpstone does docile them a little bit, but they do not let them out unless they really, really have to. Or if a Skaven warlord decides, I need a monster that's going to wreck a building, they'll go to it and they'll say, right, we'll bring the monster to you, but once he's out, we have no further control of it. So basically, it's to die, but it's there to do a bit of siege work. Unfortunately for Clan Mulder, however, as many of you know from my description of what Grimgor did, most of their monsters have been butchered thanks to Grimgor, who literally went into Hell Pit and destroyed nearly every monster that was in the bloody vicinity. It took the clan centuries to replenish their numbers after that little incident. I mean, what do you do when all your best monsters have been literally butchered by one orc who really just wanted to fight everything in his path?
You try to kill him.
The fact that this orc is Grimgor, who has so much plot armor,
Yeah,
that he
has a lot of plot armor.
literally say he was practically nigh immortal.
Yeah.
now that we've, I would say we've pretty much covered as much of Skaven lore as we have in this one, I think we could talk about a little bit about the dwarves. Mainly the Domus Kron and Grudgebeard. So, for those who are unaware, what is the Domus Kron? Well, it's that in dwarf terms, that's its name. In every other tongue, it is the Book of Grudges. You see, Grudgebeard always believed in that no grudge should never go unsettled. And anything when a dwarf's honor is slighted on, we'll put it in the book and we'll figure that would happen. And Karen, I've got to be talking about them later, but we knew that was coming. They were going to confederate. It was pretty much inevitability that.
Oh, yeah, they did confederate. That's annoying.
This is why you need to murder the little git. But anyway, back to Grudgebeard. Now, Grudgebeard is regarded as the dwarf High King. He is practically the King of Kings. The dwarfs.
And we both killed him multiple times already.
He is the king of all dwarfdom. Now, you might be thinking, wait, he's the king of dwarfs? Yep. You see, old Grudgy there is the pretty much like the. He's practically the High King, because you see, the dwarves at Karak are actually, you know, the main like ancestral home of the dwarves. Now there are other High Kings, but he is practically like the top of the food chain. Also, the dwarves have another name as well for their clan called Dawai in ancient dwarven tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, Grudgebeard always believed that if a grudge needs to be settled, it has to be settled one way or another. And we're going to the Domus Kron. And you see, the Domus Kron book is very big. We're talking bigger than him. And considering the amount of grudges it's got in there, and considering the amount of grudges it's got, I'm not surprised.
Dude, my flippin' warlock, like, whatchamacallit, warlock engineer, he's in the land of the dead.
What's he doing there?
Making under empires.
Oh right, I thought you were on a mission like what I am.
Not the same mission, but yeah.
Actually, I might actually go for the campaign mission next round, because since I've got like the war with us.
Yeah, you have a really good chunk of units. Just
Might do that, actually,
let me save it before you do
yeah,
that.
before we try this.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what my chances are of winning that fight. But anyhow, back to what I was saying. So what he did is he made the throng, which is basically the chair he sits on where he is carried by his clansmen. Now, the idea of this chair is to pretty much take him and the book around into battle, and when the grudge is settled, he can then do it right there and then to strike it off the book. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but that's how he rolls. However, he does have a pure hatred for two particular factions. One, he has a distinct hatred towards the undead. He really hates them.
Yeah.
And he also hates the orcs.
Yeah.
Now the orcs you can understand because of, well, because of their long and brutal history. Right. Okay, it's turned to an even
things.
Yep. Alright, it's an even fight, so
I haven't saved it now. Like, you might want to wait another turn.
Hey, did you save the last turn?
No.
Alright. I'll wait one more turn. We will talk about another dwarf, the Slayer King. Now, if we can find the Slayer King, I'll give you his name, because the Slayer King, I don't remember his name because it's a very weird name. Can't remember its name fully. But before we get to him, let us talk about the Slayer Oath, because this is something I think a lot of people might not know about. What is the Slayer Oath, you may ask? The Slayer Oath is practically a death sentence. It is basically when a dwarf has committed a sin, a very major one in his clan, or something he's done on the battlefield, or something he's done in life, he can opt to take the Slayer Oath instead of punishment. Now, the Slayer Oath is basically you have to dye your hair orange. Literally, you lose all your gear, bar your axes. It's the only thing you're allowed, an axe. Either a battle axe or an axe, whatever your weapon of preferred choice is. But it has to be a combat weapon, and you're there to die. Now, you can't just simply just go suicide charging. You have to die with meaning. In other words, you have to die in battle, in glorious battle and honor. If you die in battle, you have completed your Slayer Oath. If you don't die in battle, well, you failed your Slayer Oath, and you've got to keep going until you actually die.
Okay.
And you can... Now, there has been an instance where a Slayer... Oh, hello, before I explain further. You did save those, didn't you?
Yeah, they're non-aggression back with me.
Did you save from... So I can do the mission?
I saved it.
Alright, so we'll get to the mission. So, what does this mean for Slayers? Well, there was an incident with one Slayer that saw a tribe of orcs heading to a dwarven hold. Now, he wanted to dive in and fight, but honor dictated, he had to go back and warn the dwarves that there was a big war coming. So this poor dwarf had to make a choice. Disobey his oath, for the Slayers, or do the honorable thing and tell his kinsman that there's a big horde coming your way. Now, under normal circumstances, that's him breaking his oath. However, in most cases, that is a loophole in the rules. If you are doing it for the benefit of dwarven kind, you can loophole the rule and try and save your dwarf kinsman, but as long as you're part of the battle. It's a very complex system, but trust me, one thing you better be careful of. But yes, this is something that this is something that the dwarves do, the Slayers do. But the Slayers, like I said, if they die in battle honorably, then they will fulfill the Slayer Oath, their clan will be restored, and their clan will be honored. And the man who took the Slayer Oath will be honored. He'll get his honor back. Oh, hello. Got a cutscene.
This is it, boys. Time to give this Emperor a right spanking. The immortals will lead from the front and seek out that Ponzi crown-wearing git riding his big pigeon.
You always gotta love the orcs.
They're great.
Any of you think you're gonna keep it instead? Well, you'll find my boots so far up your ass, it takes his squig ladder until you die.
Now that's funny.
Anyway, let's give Gork a show. Get smashing!
Get smashing!
Filled with blood. I want the zoomies to remember my name for years and years. Remember Grimgor!
Grimgor!
You know, this is the one thing I've always loved about, like, the orcs. The orcs are so freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah, they're really funny.
Right,
We's gonna smash them!
Yeah, but I love the fact when he says that he's gonna spank the enemies.
Yep.
Okay. Haha, puny who think they could stop us?
Let's do this.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot the spearman because that'll be the best.
Oh, direct hit. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Oh, slightly missed him. Got one. Yeah, I'm trying to target him. Oh, that's a good hit. Boom.
Right, time for me to move forward, I think.
Way overshot. Dang it.
Got something.
Oh, I missed him.
Here comes the dwarves. I was wondering whether they were going to show up.
Oh.
Enemy lord is dead. Come here, you bright wizard. You're gonna die.
Dang it. I hit some dwarves. Man, this thing's hard. Oh man.
Taking out the flyers that they're now being picked off.
Ooh, that was a good hit.
Oh great, my orcs are running away because of that damn tank.
Oh, what? Oh, they're out of ammo. Okay. Okay. Drop the equipment. Doom Diver
Bloody
going
boy, piece,
in.
bugger off.
Gotta help him out. Go help out Grimgor.
Yep. All because of the damn steam tanks. They're always the most annoying group to deal with.
Yeah, because they're unbreakable and everything.
Robot finished off.
Ow! Hot, hot, hot. The goblin's going to help out Grimgor.
Yep, the Grimgor.
Oh, never mind. They didn't make it.
And all because of that damn steam tank.
Yeah, that and your flipping Blackworks glitched. Yeah, they are flipping
Oh,
glitched.
yeah, the
Heck,
glitch-
they're supposed to be routing and they're not moving at all.
Yeah.
Oh well. Either way, I think that's the end of this video. It's been about an hour.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this battle in the next video. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy, and we'll see all of you
Yep.
in the next one. Later.
Later.